but that almost overshadows the successes that they do have. I mean, if you take a 10,000 foot view of how far they've come, I mean, when was the last time you heard about this much stuff being done in the FBI or the government in general?
Fair enough.
If you take this, almost a year now, I mean, we have done so much. I hear more success stories and just little things here and there that overall make a huge difference in the movement of the government. When Biden and the previous administrations were in office, you never really heard about any kind of progress other than the hot button topics that everybody wanted to, hang their hat on. But I feel like we're making good progress. It's agonizingly slow, but again, they have that uphill battle, and I'm hoping that we've kind of crested that hill. We'll start picking up some steam, and then some real big changes will start happening right before the midterms, and we can go in with a full head of steam.
I just have one follow-up comment. You get a conviction in Minnesota for one of the fraudsters, and the judge says, no, thank you. Throw it out.
Uphill battle.
So how are they allowed to just throw out a jury's conviction? Well, you weren't smart enough to understand what was going on, and you convicted, and you just didn't know. You didn't know the deal. You're bananas, right? So it's becoming frustrating.
Yeah. And maybe you could speak to that, David, being on the lawyer side of it. I mean, is there any kind of credence to anything that you're seeing?
So, yeah, I'm making notes, and I tend to do this when we have a panel, so I'm not just jumping in over people. A couple things. So let's go back first, talk about why aren't more people in cuffs. We saw very quickly what some of the pitfalls that we're dealing with the James Comey dismissal, the Letitia James dismissal. Even when they assigned a new prosecutor, they couldn't get a new indictment after 3 tries with Letitia James. And with James Comey, they're playing all kinds of games. Doesn't matter if a Republican appointed a judge or a Democrat appointed a judge. Donald Trump has no friends in the Republican Party, Democratic Party on the bench. Even his Supreme Court justices betray him. So it is not as simple as throwing cuffs on somebody and saying, hey, look, guys, promise is made, promise is kept. Because at the end of the day, you arrest somebody and you can't get a conviction. These cases are dismissed. What are they going to do? They're going to blame Pam Bondi. They're going to blame Kash Patel. They're going to blame Donald Trump. They're going to demand Pam Bondi step down. They're just going to use it to insert chaos into the administration and then make the argument that none of these arrests are legitimate, that it's lawfare, that none of these people actually did anything wrong, and they're going to use that narrative to basically allow these people to look innocent, even though they're guiltier than hell. So the problem we have is we have to have perfect, buttoned up, no possibility of getting dismissed cases before we can go after these people, especially super high-profile people. We haven't even looked at the real high-profile people yet. We're just talking about James Comey at this point and Letitia James. There are a lot of bad guys who did a lot of really bad things. But if we can't get the Letitia James indictment to stick when she committed mortgage fraud, for God's sakes, what hope do you have that this judicial system is going to uphold indictments on some of these high-profile figures? Certainly, we have a two-tier system of justice. They say nobody's above the law, but someone is certainly beneath the law. And Donald Trump's raid on Mar-a-Lago, they're saying now that there was no probable cause for it.
Right.
Donald Trump is indicted in 17 places. They literally make up charges, make up causes of action, make up damages that are unconstitutional. The rules don't apply to Trump the same way they apply to the rest of the world. The rules don't apply for people who support Trump the same way they'd apply to the rest of the world. So as frustrated as people are that more people aren't going to jail, they'll be even more frustrated when we arrest people and they walk away scot-free and allowed to do this with immunity for the rest of their damn lives. So we have to be very cautious about how we're prosecuting these cases.